Hello, everybody. Carla Trigo here speaking, and we are continuing today with the second part that is very important for us to continue applying the system that is going to create magic if we are following. So today we are going to speak about sampling and why they are so important. And I'm going to share as well a chart that you can follow very easily. And if you feel it and you see it, right, and you experience it, it's going to help you to really have the results that you deserve and you want while you are sharing those oils with people. So let me share the screen with you, and let's dig it down. So give me 1 second. Okay, let me check. I want to see where it is. Okay, here we are. Okay, I hope that you can feel and see my screen, right? So I know there's a lot of things open, but I know what I'm doing. Okay, so the first thing, right, is exactly why we should follow the steps. And for those that you don't, you are not in oil games, right? You can follow our system, the system that we are applying in Simply Essential, in my team, in our team, and it is the Btb system. So you can go to dailymentorcalls.com and you can absolutely follow from step number 1, call number 1, to all the way down, and you will feel and you will see how this has an incredible logic, effectiveness, and results if you apply. And I'm telling you that you should, because I'm going to be nearly 6 years in October. And in the beginning, we didn't have a system to apply, and it was like a trial, right? Cause effect, and we didn't know exactly if we were doing this business effectively. So I learned during this time, right, that you have 2 ways to do this business. You can do this business effectively or not effectively, and not effective. So I will suggest, because of my experience, right, that you can have a little bit of time for you to follow the steps and the calls. And I'm telling you, the results are amazing. And we have here, and we are here for you to help you to move forward 1 step at a time, right? To achieve the goals and to achieve the dreams and to achieve the next step. So that's it. This is the way to go. So today we're going to share a little bit about why it's so important the sampling, right? And to be very effective while we are sampling. And this is the first thing ever. I mean, the first thing for sure is to do the list, right? And to rank the list accordingly with the 7 characteristics that we know already, that they are women, right? 30, 35 to 55. Normally that they love the natural approach and health, right? Environment, all what is a beautiful approach of a new lifestyle. They are need kind of money, right? Or they have a kind of financial need, or a need that is connected with their purpose, time, etc. But mostly need money. They have a supportive wife or spouse, and they are influential, right? And they have kind of background on business or sales, that an entrepreneurial mindset, let's say. So those are the characteristics. So once you classify the people and you give them a number, the 5, 6, and 7s, those are the first people that we're going to sample. Because for you that you are new, the first goal is to find a partner, right? We need at least 3 people underneath you, and that are going to help you to grow this organization. And those people are going with you all the way to the success and to the top, right? And we need to find them the creme of la creme. Okay, so that's why we need to find the best partners. And this is why classify them and rank them are crucial to start finding the builders. So the second step is to start with effective sampling, right? You have everything in the calls, and for those that you're doing as well oil games, the first rank that is elite, you will learn those things as well. So why is so important the sampling? Well, after, as I said, create your name list, right? We have to contact this list, and we have to be very, very sharp, because it's not the same to open and to just dial a phone and to say hello, hello, hi, I'm here. You have to have a structure, because we treat this as a part of a business, right? If we have an illusion and we have a vision to achieve our dreams, we need to put the effort and the tools that we have right now to be absolutely effective, right? So we need to contact the people in a very effective way. And how we would do that? So very easy. We can approach our list and the people that we know, the 5, 6, and 7s. That doesn't mean that we are not going to approach as well the people that are ranking 1, 2, and 3, and 4. For sure, yes, right? But our priority right now is to target 5, 6, and 7s. So the reason is because by knowing a little bit of the profile of the person, you're going to approach them or product, right? Through the product, and to, hey, you need to use this product, right? Or, right, business-wise. So if you know already the ailment, right, there is a great conversation that you can have with the person, right, and sampling absolutely the ailments that they are having, right, and to try always to solve that problem, because this is our purpose, right, is to solve the problems and give solutions to those that have something, right? And this is our first approach. So for those people that you know really that you have, they have an ailment, right? We can sampling accordingly with that, and we will go through it, so don't worry. And as well, if you don't know really the element as well, is another way of how you can approach that person. And for sure, we will have always a business approach, because for sure in this list there will be people that have a kind of entrepreneurial mindset. It could be a great leaders in our organization as well. So 3 ways: a person that you know, and you know the element, right? The problem that we need to solve. The person that you know, but you don't know yet the problem that we need to solve. So the approach will be a little bit different, a little bit tricky. And the third will be the business approach. Okay, so that's the 3 ways how we're going to approach the people that rank 5, 6, and 7s at first. So also in the business, right, approach is those that you, people that you know, but you didn't talk for a long time. So there's another way how we can talk to them that doesn't feel that you are using them or you are just creating a very selfish call or ugly, right? It's just a very smooth way how to do so. So how we're going to do this? So there's few tips here that is going to help us as well to start. Let's say that you speak or you try to call someone, right, and this person didn't answer. So one of the things that works wonders is to text that person, right, and to let them know and to write this phrase, right? I have great news, and call me. That's very, very efficient. That's very, very going to wake the curiosity of the other person, and the ranking or the percentage of the people calling you back is very high, right? Alice and her husband spent a lot of money in testing and collect the data for us to understand why it's important to do, for example, in this case, a text and just saying simple and nice, I have great news, call me, right? If you are if you are connecting the person through an email, right, the way to go is this one, is I have been thinking about you lately and have something really exciting to share with you. When can we get together? And in social media, let's say that you have, people in social media, right? And you want to share a message. So the way to go is, I have been thinking about you lately as well, and I have something really exciting to share with you. When can we connect? As you see, it's very similar, but we change the words, and words has an incredible impact. And I have to tell you, I work with energies and vibrations, right? So when you want to really create an impact through the quantum field, you need to use the right wording. So it's very important. So pay attention about how you write those things, because could be a huge difference in between one or to another, okay? So do that. So how to give an example, an effective example? Well, the questions that we need to ask us is, first of all, why do we give out samples of essential oils, right? Um, and the reason is because without sampling, we are not going to have great experiences of the invites of the guest, right? And the retention of closing will be very low. So as much as we can sample people, and these people will have a great experiences, these people will connect with you differently, and by the end, these people will want to do business with you. They will love to be in your community. These people will be part of you in a different way. You remember the other day we did like a kind of 5 different contacts, right? So that's why it's so important, because the people will see that you're caring about that person, right? When you are asking questions, why you are following, where you are overcome objections, right? So for example, I wanted to share something. The other day I did a post about the detox sample, because I was just sharing I'm going to do something because I'm bloating like crazy. So few people jump on, and we are in a chat right now, right? And one of the ladies, I said, if someone of you doesn't have a samples of oils, we are going to use it, right? So I sent few samples, and one of the ladies just terrified, just texted me and said, oh, that's beautiful, I love these oils, but my friends are telling me that they are forbidden to ingest those oils, right? And she was absolutely terrified. So I was speaking with her and said, don't worry, I have to explain you something before, because I'm sure that you didn't have any relations with essential oils. And I explained it a little bit, right? And from where they're coming, from where that is. And it was the first time that she was using essential oils. So, and this was like a really halfway of cold call. I didn't know this lady at all. I had like a 1 or 2 touch because of the kids and something. Even I don't, sometimes it's like from where I didn't have clarity where I met her really, right? So after that, after a few contacts, the last sentence that she sent is, I trust you, everything is fine, let's move on, right? So this is very important when we are explaining, when we are sampling, when we are caring, when we are touching, and it will change completely the game. So as I said here, right, multiple contacts before they buy. They need to contact you. You have to know which kind of person you are, right? So that's beautiful. And I'm telling you, it makes a difference, because before I was more like a salesy process, and now you feel that really you're connecting with people in a very different level. So it's fantastic. Right. Okay, the sampling case, right? Normally sample one need. This is good, and I think it's very clever, but the reason why we're sampling a little bit more right is because of the situation that we are living. So normally what I do is to sampling in between two elements or two problems that I would desire to solve. And after I add in between 2 or 3, depends of really the distance of where the person lives. And after peppermint, right? Because we're going to use peppermint in the class, and I want that the people will experience peppermint in the days that they are trying the other oils, right? So normally you put in between 10 and 15 drops in the tiny vials. I have those, right? This is 1/4, and I have a little bit other longer that is 1/8. So whatever you desire is good. In between 10 and 15 drops. You sample their easiest health priority. That's crucial because imagine that the person has those problems, sleep horrible, digestion problems, and depression, right? Which one of those problems do you think is going to to be solved quicker, right? I think we can really address very easily sleeping and even digestion, right? So in this case, I will sample those two plus peppermint, right? And the stress and the depression or whatever, I will leave for when the person are more connected with me, and I will offer the opportunity if they buy the oils to do the wellness consult and so on. So that will be a profound work, right, with them. And also another way that is so important that we need to pay attention is how to show them to use them. And we have to create expectations here, okay? And not only after that, after we give the samples to them, we have to follow up because it's important. We're going to follow up in a very important way, okay? It's after 2 days after you sample the person. So deliver the sample, right? Normally, those guides that you see here, this is one of the things that we are given, but normally, normally no, in the last months, they were out of order. So we are expecting to have more recently. So as I said before, we deliver the sample. Now could be also, one-to-one going driving and let it and drop the samples, or I mail them, right? So I was always, as I said before, a sample of the essential oil that you feel will be the most effective, right? And a quick reference essential oil book. I have another one. And the reason is because to give them the opportunity to see more about essential oils, right? And to open them to another world that maybe they didn't know. So that's very important. And this, what I'm going to share right now, is crucial because we need to set expectations in the way that we know that some people never use essential oils. And you said, okay, this lavender is going to help you to sleep better. And what if it's not working, right? So we need to explain how essential oils works, right? So I'm going to read it to you to feel the importance of this sentence. Well, they say it like this. Essential oils are similar to medication in this way. When you have an ailment and you go to the doctor and receive the prescription and you use it and it doesn't work, you usually don't think yourself, I'm never going to try try medication again because it's all useless, right? What you think is, that medication didn't work well on my body, so I need to go back to the doctor and ask him for something different. We have been programmed this way, okay, always. So that means that we need to understand that medications affects different people, right, in different ways. Well, essential oils are similar in the fact that each oil is not going to have the exact same effect on every single person. So if you use an oil and don't get the results that you're looking for, that's okay. This is so important. Believe me, this is amazing because they will say, oh, I remember that she told me or he told me that maybe those oils at first would not work, right? So that's very important. So it said, well, we can try something else, right? So yeah, so if you use an oil and don't get the results you were looking for, that's okay. We can try something else. If you're patient enough with essential oils, you are with medication, like you're with medication, we will find something that is safer, cheaper, and effective for you. This is very, very important, guys. So if you are just giving the oil and dropping and you don't say anything, right, I will say that the percentage of really building this trust is going to be a little bit lower. So please, 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 if you send and you drop the essential oils, what I'm doing, what I share is, okay, first of all, I have the conversation with the person. I will be very precise in the questions that I'm asking, right? And after that, I will tell, okay, so you know what? I'm going to drop the essential oils with some beautiful information and some tips and beauty, right? But I want that you will know something. I just drop you, I don't know, Serenity and Vetiver, for example, or Serenity for sleeping, and explain the exactly sentence, right? Essential oils are very similar like medication in this way. And when you have an ailment and you're going to the doctor prescribe any med, right? And if it doesn't work, well, you don't say this doesn't work. I'm not taking any med anymore, right? What I'm going to do is go back to the doctor, ask for another medication, and that will fit my my own body, right? And until we'll have the results. So essential oils are exactly the same. We need to find the one that match you. And so maybe the first one is not working, but doesn't mean that there is not an oil for you that will work. Okay, so that's so important, guys. So I will tell you, memorize this because it's beautiful. It's beautiful when you people are just remember what you just said. Okay, so tell them how to use it and what to look for. Okay, that's very important as well. So that means that normally you can say, okay, you might, when you're going to sleep, right? You can use Serenity, for example. You can put it in your wrist. You can rub a little bit your temples on the back of your neck. Even you can put some drops in your pillow, right? And you will start feeling a beautiful relaxation, and you will feel much more. All right. So try to put them into the mind of what they are looking for, because they will help them to be more aware about their actions. Sometimes when you say, oh yeah, she gave me this peppermint or whatever, I have a headache, but I don't remember, I don't know, I'm putting my headache, my peppermint in my eye, and I'm starting to cry, this is crazy, this is horrible, I won't use essential oils, right? So it's very important to explain one. People, you know what? People need explanations all the time. They're like babies. We are all like babies. We love that people will tell, okay, you know what, this is what you need to do, and this is what I'm expecting for you. Even expectations sometimes are not real, but in this case, it's a must. Okay, so that's very important. So after the person, right, you gave the essential oils, you create those expectations. You will tell her as well, look, you know what, in 2 days, in a couple of days, I'm going to call you. All right. And this must be a phone call. All right. And the reason is because they tested, Alice and Patrick, that email or texting was not effective as a phone call, right? So so this is a process. You invite to try, right? You deliver with all the explanations that I just said, and you will tell them 2 days follow-up call, right? Where it's important because you're going to understand if this person used essential oils or not. So the first question, say, okay, hello, how are you? How do you feel? La, la, la. And after that, you will tell, hi, have you had an opportunity to use the Serenity oil that I dropped you yesterday? Right? This is so important. I did it with this lady this morning, and she said, oh, no, I forgot about it. So I said, okay, no worry, everything is okay. But this question is crucial. So memorize, please. This is a must. This is a chin chin to have it. So, hi, have you had an opportunity to use whatever oil you sampling yet? That's so important. So if the person said, no, I didn't try, I forgot, I didn't have the time, right? You are saying this, well, that's fine, no worries. And immediately the second sentence that you need to say is this one, and it's also working beautifully. It says, oh, okay, so this is what we are going to do. Here, what we are going to do, right? And you give them again the instructions to the person how to use essential oils, right? And let them know that you're going to call them tomorrow, right? Again, in the morning, and you ask, what is the best time for you to be and to call you? It could be, I don't know, 7 o'clock a.m., 10 o'clock a.m., all right? So you tell when and how you're going to get back to them, all right? And as you said, you do it always. Walk your talk, okay? So that's another thing that is crucial and very important. So you will say, you call in the morning, say, ring, ring, hello, how are you? And again, the same question. Have you had an opportunity to use Serenity yet, right? So, and if it's, this is the process because the person is going to, you see, is going to see that you are committed, that you are following up, that you are loyal to your word, right? So it's very, very important. Okay, so if you call in the morning and you said, have you had an opportunity to use essential oil yet? And said, yes, I did. And you know what? I slept like a baby. It was amazing. It was so good. Well, so we will continue there, right? The thing is, we will say, well, if you, I mean, if you see what Serenity could do, right? This is the top of the iceberg, right? The top tip of the iceberg. So imagine what essential oils can do for you, your health, your emotions, your family, and the people that is around you. All right, so if they didn't try yet, right? You can, again, you say the same thing, the same sentence. Okay, so here's what we're going to do, right? And give them again the instructions of how they're going to use the essential oils, right? And you said again, well, I'm going to call you again in the morning. All right, so that's super important, right? So this is what I was saying before, right? It's like if they say yes, right? Like I did it before, um, and they said yes, so that's okay. So you will invite them to the class, and he said, oh, you know, no, I didn't feel well with the essential oils. So the question would be, okay, so tell me more about it, right? You're listening to what happened, you restore their experience, you need to follow her, right? And be very good listener in this case. And in the moment that they finish to explain the reasons why it didn't work or how they feel, etc., you said, again, here's what we're going to do. And you said, if you please be patient with this process, I'm going to be patient as well with you. And we're going to keep trying these essential oils until we will find what works, right? And when we do, we will have a safer, natural, and cost-effective way to help you with your lack of sleep, right? And you give them a new sample, right? Could be vetiver, could be cedarwood, could be another one. The thing here is ask questions about maybe the person didn't apply the essential oils correctly, right? Maybe she just put it in the table where she sleeps and just smell it, and she didn't rub it, or she didn't, you know. So you have to ask questions and to understand why this didn't work, right? So as many questions we can do, the best we can serve people. So as I said, if the experience was great, was amazing, right? So you will invite to a class. And this is effective inviting, right? So as I said, when they have had a great experience with the oils, you invite them to a class. And in this case, it's what you were saying, right? As I said before, if you think that Serenity is awesome, that's just the tip of the iceberg. It's incredible how many things you can solve with essential oils, right? And you can share some of those experiences that you had. Like I do also the digestion that I can drink in like crazy, and that's fantastic to share with that. And you said it again. Well, here's what we're going to do. There is an amazing intro oil class, right? I do have, or there is an amazing intro to oil classes on another class, right? So that means that you're going to expose her how many intro classes do you have, and you give them the opportunity to assist in one or two, whatever she wants, right? And you will tell them, well, in these classes, you're going to really learn how you can change your life, right? So I would love that you will come to one of those, right? So which of those times works better for you? And this is the effective inviting is a starter process, right? Now is when you invite them to your class and you set the date and the time. All right, so when the person is, and you said, for example, okay, so the class is Friday at 1 p.m., you will tell them as well, you will ask them, it will be okay if I will remind you 2 days before of the class, right? And it's just to give them the pause of how we're going to be with them in this process, right? So they said yes, so I can call you in the morning at 10, or I can call you at 3 o'clock, which one is the best, right? So it does the process to our to our future guests, right? Also, after you call them to remind them, right, they said, okay, you know what, I'm going to as well to send you a text reminder like 2 hours before the class is started. And like this, well, you can absolutely be aware that the class will start. And it could happen as well to the people that you invite, they say that, okay, right, I will be there, didn't come. So that's well another way how to follow up with these people. And it's very important as well because that will help to understand that maybe something happened, maybe she couldn't go, maybe it's better one-to-one, etc., etc., right? So that's very important. So so this is all the process, the effective sampling. I will share as well where you can find the other one in our community. And this is what I wanted to share, right? This is the flow chart. If you read it and you know it, absolutely you will be great in sampling. Absolutely great. And it's very easy. You invite a person to try a sample, you deliver the sample, right? You put, this is the sampling keys to do it correctly. The 2 days, right? Check in after you drop the samples. If yes, awesome, you will invite to the classes. If not, okay, let's think what happened, right? How was that experience? And this for sure always is a phone call. If no, they didn't try, well, so you again, this is what we're going to do. If yes, they tried, so awesome, to the class, right? If not, so we'll find out why, what happened, and we'll help them to use it. And if no, they didn't try, yes, so the same thing, right? Until it will be a yes, and the yes will be awesome, and the awesome will be a class. Does it make sense? So that's an amazing way to really be so effective in the classes. And you know what, when you're sampling, you invite to the class and the people has great experiences. What happened in the class is that everybody share their own experiences, right? And with the testimonials, so everybody will be happy and will be absolutely amazed about the results. So this is what we desire, and this is the way how really we need to sampling, and we need to serve other people. Make sense? All right, so this is the second, and I'm going just to stop here. I hope that today worked, and I will see you tomorrow. Have a wonderful day. If you have any questions, please, after I will post the video, write down any of the questions that you may have, and we will be more than happy to address them as we go. Thank you very much, and have a wonderful night or day or morning. Bye.